Hello, my beautiful people. I'm so excited to meet each and every one of you. And I know I wanted to be in person, like I wish I could be there physically to meet you, but unfortunately, there are circumstances beyond my control that would actually make me not to be here present, like in person. But thank God for technology, and I'm so happy that I could still talk to you even though I'm not there. So before I begin, I want us to do a small exercise. So I want everybody to take in a deep breath. Yes, just know that you are special, know that you are seen, and know that your voice matters whilst you're taking that deep breath. I know at your age, like life feels so confusing. Your body is changing, your thoughts are shifting, and sometimes even in the middle of all that, the world wants you to grow up so fast. Yeah, at this stage, I know you're just trying to figure out who you are. You want to know where you are going. You don't even know where you are headed. But all I want to tell you that in the middle of all this, please do not forget how powerful you are. So today I'll be talking to you as a big sister, as a friend, as an acquaintance, or somebody you are just hearing their voice for the first time. So I've titled what I want to say as dearly to me, because if I had to go back in time to the Sandra of 10 to 16 years, these are the exact words that I would love to tell her. So please, I want you to open your hearts, not just listen with your ears, open your mind, because whatever I'm going to say today is coming from a place of love and a place of experiences that I've gathered over the years, and also a belief that you are powerful and your future is very bright. Well, like I said, if I was to hold the younger version of myself, the younger version of Sandra today, what I would like to tell her is dream big, even if you struggle. I know sometimes it's difficult to dream, and I don't mean the dream that you just dream when you're sleeping. I mean it's seeing something bigger than your present moment. Like, let me tell you a little story. When I was in school, primary school to secondary school, I used to think to myself that I wasn't smart enough. My grades were not even the best. I wasn't the brightest in class, and yes, my results suffered. You can ask my mom. My primary school results and my secondary school results, oh my god, they were nothing to write home about. However, I never stopped dreaming. I never stopped going to school. I never stopped studying. You might doubt yourself sometimes. Maybe you feel that your grades are not so okay. Maybe you feel that you struggle to understand what the teacher is saying, or you even struggle to listen in class. Probably when the teacher is teaching, your mind is somewhere else. I get all that. And when I was in school, my worst subject was mathematics. So those days, I used to have headache just listening to being in a mathematics class. So I understand if maths is giving you headache at this stage, but I get it. One thing I want to tell you is I've been there, I did not stop, and please do not stop. Most of the successful people in the world today, it's not even all of them were the brightest in class. Most of them never went to the best of schools. Most of them never had the best of parents, the best of teachers. But one thing they did was they had a vision, they believed in themselves, and they never gave up. So whether you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, an artist, or even a president, speak life into that dream, water that dream. Make sure whenever you wake up, you talk to God about that dream. God chose you, exactly you, for that dream, and never give up on your dreams. So another thing I want to talk to you about is, that's my second point today, is focus on your books, no boys. Yes, focus on your book, no boys. Now that you know that your dream is possible, I would like you to protect that dream with all you have. At all costs, you need to protect that dream. And one of the ways to protect that dream is staying focused on your education. I know right now your body is changing, and you might see a boy and feel like your heart is skipping. You might think that you're in love. But trust me, it's too early. Boys will always be there. And one thing you need to do is to focus on your future, your big dreams. You know, when you start thinking about boys, your focus will slowly start changing, and your mind will start thinking more about that boy than your schoolwork. And before you know it, you get distracted in what actually matters. And not just that, your grade will starts to drop, and some girls even find themselves facing things like unwanted pregnancy. It's not because those girls were bad, it's just because they lost focus on the exact thing that matters. So one thing I want you to do is, instead of using all that you have to probably think of boys, and I want you to put that energy, that passion into your schoolwork. You like when you put the energy and passion into your schoolwork, your knowledge is going to expand. You become the powerful woman that you are. You become the person that you've dreamt to be. Once you work hard for it, you become that person. So please focus on your education. School first, your future first. Boys can wait, but your future cannot wait. So the third thing that I'll be talking to you about today is stay away from peer pressure. Yes, one might ask, who are your peers? So your peers are literally your friends, people within your age group, those that are in your class that you relate very well with, those that you meet at home, in your community, in your church. They are all your peers. And one thing I wish I knew earlier is that not every friend is a good influence. So sometimes I know you want to feel among, you want to belong to a particular group, you want to feel seen, so you want to be friends with those particular group so that they can accept you, so that you become popular in school. I understand that, but one of the enemy's greatest way of stealing our success is bad friendship. You know, sometimes those your peers, those people you consider as friends, they are still your age mates, like literally your age group, so they might not have the best answers or the best suggestions to give to you. You tend to listen to them more than you listen to your teachers. You tend to listen to them more than you listen to your parents, to your big sisters and big brothers who actually have good intention for you. But one thing is that God gave us a special gift, and that's our intuition. So there is something that keeps telling you when somebody you consider as your peer, as your friend, comes to you or suggests something that goes against your value. That mind will tell you, do not do it. Listen to that intuition. Listen to that small voice that you have inside of you. That voice, God gave it to you to protect you. So don't always feel like when I say no to this friend, the person is going to feel bad. They might kick me out of their group. They will not want to associate with me again. But let me tell you, being brave is learning how to say no and not being so apologetic about it. Say no when you feel that it's not good. Do not follow the crowd. You don't know. Sometimes the crowd, they don't know where they are headed. But you, a girl who has potential, a girl who has her dream, a girl who has her vision intact, you already know where you are going to. So it's not everything that the crowd wants that will sit right with you. So be that girl who will stand out from the crowd, because you have a path, you have a journey, and once you learn how to stay away from your peers who will pressure you into doing things that are not right, that is when true success comes in. That is when that dream that you have been thinking of, and it's not just now, across your life, you meet at every stage in your life. You keep meeting friends, you keep meeting people, you lose friends, you gain friends, you keep meeting people till you feel like you don't need friendship anymore. So there is always that person who wants you to do something that is not right. Listen to yourself, and don't forget to say no. Do not succumb to pressure from your peers. Another point that I would like to share with you, I think this is my fourth point, is stay away from social media pressure. You know, social media has done a lot of both good and bad to us, especially for the younger generation. Now, almost everyone has access to phone, has access to the internet. You can see a lot of things. You can go on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, you name it. And there's just this particular, I know it's cuts across, because there are people that you watch that post fanciful lifestyle. They are posting fanciful shoes, fanciful bags, fanciful vacation, and you feel like, oh my God, these people are living the life. My dear, let me tell you something. That particular girl who is showing off all those fanciful lifestyle, you don't know what is happening behind the scene. You don't know what they are doing to get to where they are. And one thing is, if you keep paying attention to those kind of people, you end up comparing your life. You think that you are missing up. You think you are not good enough. This is not what you need now. You need to focus more on your future. But let me remind you something again. Your journey is different. Your path is totally different from those people that you are seeing online. So don't let a picture that was just taken in a second of their life, or a video or a reel that just happened in the shortest points of their life, is not even the whole 24 hours of their day, make you feel bad, make you start comparing yourself, make you feel that you are not good enough. You don't need all that now. The more you focus on your book, the more you focus on your goals, your growth, the more confident you become. And another thing I want to tell you is, all that you have dreamed of getting, all that you have wished to get in life, once you stay focused, trust me, you will get them. You will get them and you'll even be tired. In due time, you'll be like, what am I even doing with all this? I don't need them. So, but now, don't let your attention shift. Don't let social media carry you away. Focus on your growth. So my final point is walk in confidence. Walk in confidence. I will share from a personal experience. You know, when I was in primary school, when I was still growing up, I think primary, secondary school, yeah, I could literally know a question in class, but I would choose not to answer because I would feel like maybe if it's not right, people will laugh at me if I answer and it's not what the teacher is looking for. And you know, bullies in class, they always want to call you names like dummy, and so I was always afraid of being called all these names. And before you know it, it silenced me totally in class. So in class, I don't even talk, only with my peers. When it's time for, you know, probably teachers asking questions in class, I do not raise my hand because I do not have that confidence. And that not having that confidence actually stole something away from me. I didn't have the self-esteem. I started doubting myself. I had very, very low self-esteem. Let me tell you something. Confidence means believing in yourself, even when things don't feel right, even when you think it's not right. Believe in yourself, even when the answer that you want to give in class you feel like it's not right. Be bold enough to say it. Okay, as girls, you know, we have this way of actually self-sabotaging ourselves. Like we look at our friends, we start telling ourselves that we are not beautiful enough, we are not brilliant enough, I'm not too tall, I'm not too pretty, I'm not too brilliant, I'm very short. Those are the way the enemy, he knows how to he knows that this is the foundation, so he would try every possible means to take away that light you have inside of you, to dim that light that you have inside of you by making you feel that you are not good enough. But one thing I want to tell you is, do not stop believing in your own potential. And you know one thing, the real confidence comes from within. Once you convince yourself that you are good enough, even look at how beautifully you are created. God said that he created you in his own image. So there are times those voices will come into you and start telling you, oh, you're not this, you're not that. Remind that voice, remind that enemy that I am smart, I am brave, I am good enough. God created me in his own image. I am beautifully becoming what God wants me to be. When you wake up every morning before you go to school, if you have a mirror in the house, affirm within yourself, look at the mirror, tell yourself, I am good today, I am beautiful today, I am a smart girl, I am a smart woman, I am a brilliant woman, and I am growing, I am becoming. Once you fix your confidence, once you fix that inner conviction in you, I tell you, the enemy cannot shake you. Even when friends, even when older people call you names that you know that are not in line with who you want to be or who you see yourself as, you will not even let it get to you. You will not even let those words come close to you. And real confidence is not perfection. It's not in the absence of, oh, I'm not going to make a mistake. Real confidence comes when you make that mistake and you learn from it and you become better. So before I leave you, I want to share something. I think two powerful things, like the last two powerful things that I want to share with you before I leave you is something that a pastor that I once lived in his house when I was growing up told me, and that thing has really shaped my life to the person I am before. Those things, have shaped my life to the person I am today. So those are prayer and perspiration. See, Pastor Mahi told me to not forget God once when I was very little. So I grew up to learn more about God, to know God for myself. Don't forget to pray. No matter the situation you're going through, talk to him. See, he said he knew you even before you were born. So that means even before your parents thought of bringing you to this world, God knew you. So if there is anyone who understands better than just beyond human reasoning, it is God. Do not forget to talk to him. Even pray every day of your life, no matter how small. I literally used to talk to God for everything. I can miss my pen, I can lose something as small as little as pen, and I'll be like, oh God, please help me to find this pen, and he would help me. And one thing is, God is the only one who can rewrite your story. You can work hard, you can dream big, but if you leave God aside, He said, seek ye the kingdom of God. Every other thing will be added unto you. So no matter how bad your situation is right now, just know that it's temporary. The God who we serve, the God who I serve, is capable of rewriting your story. So my dear girl, whoever that is listening to me, please do not stop praying. Then the second P is perspiration. No, perseverance means sweating. One thing about success is it requires hard work. You cannot be so successful without putting in the work. Yes, you will sweat, obviously. There are times that you stay up at night reading so that you make those grades. That is success. You will need to persevere, you need to sweat, you need to work hard to attain that height you want. Most of the successful people that you have seen in life today, they all worked hard. Nothing just comes out of the blue. Success does not fall from the sky. Once you've determined within yourself that you are going to be successful, you need to read. You need to cut down. I'm not saying don't play, but cut down in your playing, cut down in the social media, cut down in those extra things that take up your time that are not really worth it. Focus. This is the time to focus on your book. I am a perfect example of who stayed up at night. I'm not saying that I've gotten to the heights where I want to reach, but trust me, hard work requires sweating. And before I leave you, my dear little me, today, because I know I've taken most of your time, I'm sorry about it. I want you to know that you were specially made by God. Do not shrink yourself. You are not behind. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. God has ordered your steps. Your journey is yours. Enjoy it, love it, work hard, dream big, read your books, forget about boys. Once you put in, I know there are a lot of things that I wish I had told myself, but these are the ones I could put my hands on. Once you put into practice all that I've said to you, trust me, you would shine. The world is waiting for that light. So go and shine your lights. Do not dim it. Thank you so much.